Plenary lecture to share a talk on dietary fiber from coconut flour, functional food ingredient, and update. Let us welcome Dr. Trinidad Trinidad, who is a former DOST scientist at the Food Nutrition Research Institute. She has a PhD in nutrition from the University of Ontario. Toronto, Ontario. Okay, well, let us all please welcome Dr. Trinidad Trinidad.
Everyone, gising pa ba tayong lahat? I hope magising kayo dito sa ating, this is one of my favorite projects, no, Coconut, that I have handled, no, for several different promising functional foods. So, my topic for this morning is dietary fiber from coconut flour as a functional food or food ingredient. And I will be giving you some updates on it. There is a growing awareness on the current knowledge on the dietary factors like dietary fiber that has gained widespread recognition as a vital and fast-moving force in the solution of diet-related diseases such as diabetes mellitus, cardiovascular disease, and some forms of cancer. And this has been attributed to the increasing prevalence of the above chronic diseases. As knowledge on the relationship between diet and disease expands, of course, prevalence decreases and lifespan increases. The intake of dietary fiber has been associated with increased intake of vegetables, fruits, nuts, root crops, legumes, and complex carbohydrates. So, 3 out of the 10 generic health claims from the US FDA Food and Drug Administration pertains to dietary fiber. Like, for example, fiber-containing grain products, fruits and vegetables, and cancer. Fruits, vegetables, and grain products that contain fiber, particularly soluble fiber, and coronary heart disease. And 3, dietary soluble fiber, such as that found in whole oats and psyllium seed husk, and coronary heart disease. So what is dietary fiber? We all know that dietary fiber comes from the family of carbohydrates. And it is a non-starch polysaccharide that is not digested in the small intestine. We do not have an enzyme that can break down dietary fiber in the small intestine. That is why dietary fiber is metabolized in the colon in the presence of microorganisms. And there are 2 types of dietary fiber according to their solubility in water. We have soluble fiber and the insoluble fiber. The soluble fiber is characterized by their viscosity. For example, pectin, beta-glucan, psyllium present in apple, oatmeal bran, wheat bran, cereals, root crops, and other fruits. While the insoluble fiber is characterized by their fibrous structure, like, for example, cellulose that are present in fruits and vegetables. Since it is not degraded in the small intestine, it is degraded in the colon, as what I have previously said, and they are metabolized in what we call short-chain fatty acids, such as acetate, propionate, and butyrate. Before, we only think that the large intestine contains all the waste, but we don't know that there are some functions that are being metabolized in the colon. The short-chain fatty acid contributes 7% of energy needed by the body. Like, for example, 1 gram of dietary fiber is equal to 2 kilocalories. in comparison to carbohydrates that contains 4 kilocalories, protein 4 kilocalories, fat 9 kilocalories. That is why dietary fiber is also being associated with prevention from risk of obesity. Propionate inhibits the activity of the limiting enzyme HMG coenzyme A reductase, which is the limiting enzyme for cholesterol synthesis. Because when it is produced in the colon, 15% only goes to the blood and 85% goes to the liver. While butyrate, which stays in the colon, enhances cell differentiation and prevents tumor formation in the colon. Butyrate is the food of the friendly microorganisms that are present in the colon. So because of this, the Food and Nutrition Research Institute studied coconut flour from sapal, which is a byproduct of the coconut milk industry. Okay, so this sapal is dried, it is placed in a speller, remove some of the fat, pulverized, and produce the coconut flour, which only contains 10 to 15% of fat. We control for this percent of fat so that we can see the functionality of dietary fiber, because if the fat is high, then it will interfere with the functions of dietary fiber. We did analyze for dietary fiber of coconut flour, and we compare it with the different flour that is locally produced. Like, for example, banana flour, cassava flour, wheat flour, and rice flour. We found out that coconut flour contains around 60 grams per 100 grams of sample. 56% of it is insoluble fiber, and 4% is soluble fiber, while the others contain less than 10 grams of dietary fiber per 100 grams of sample. Because we found out that there is a very high dietary fiber, we also compare it with other international branded or international sources of dietary fiber, which has shown some health benefits like oat bran and flaxseed. But when you compare it, coconut flour has really very significantly higher than the dietary fiber that is present in oat bran and flaxseed. So what we did is we isolate the dietary fiber from coconut flour, and we did an in vitro fermentation using human fecal inoculum to determine the short-chain fatty acid that is produced. If you will see in this graph, comparing it with wheat flour, banana flour, and cassava flour, coconut flour has a significantly higher butyrate that is produced in the colon in comparison to the other flour. And also, they have similarly produced propionate, while coconut flour produces lesser acetate than the other sources. And what is the implication of this? The implication is that because it produces more butyrate, then it might have a potential of preventing risk for colon cancer. Now, after looking at the dietary fiber content of the coconut flour, we decided to supplement it, or what they call it, substitute some percentage of coconut flour with wheat flour that is present in many of other food that we eat. Like, for example, in pandesal, we added 5 grams for a granola bowl, 5 grams, cinnamon bread and multigrain loaf, 10 grams, chocolate chip cookies and hot cake, 15 grams, choco crinkles and carrot cake, 20 grams, and macaroons and brownies, 25 grams. So we did also analyze for the dietary fiber content of these bakery products. And found out that there is an increasing trend of dietary fiber content as we added the coconut flour. So next, we did is to look at the glycemic index of these different bakery products. So what is glycemic index? Glycemic index is a classification of food based on the blood glucose response of an individual relative to a standard glucose solution or a starchy food like white bread. It is a therapeutic principle for diabetes mellitus by slowing down carbohydrate absorption. So therefore, low GI foods decrease blood glucose and insulin responses and improve the overall blood glucose and lipid concentration in normal and diabetic subjects. So we calculated the glycemic index from the incremental area under the curve of the test food divided by the incremental area under the curve of the standard food times 100. So what we did here, we recruited study participants. We recruited 10 non-diabetic subjects and 10 diabetic subjects. And of course, we have our inclusion criteria for this. And of course, one of them are, they have no physical defects, non-smokers, and they do not drink any medicine for diabetes. So the test foods are once again the one that I have described previously. So these are the results. So as you increase the dietary fiber from the different bakery products, there is also a decrease in the glycemic index from normal and diabetic subjects. And you can look at this graph, the slow release of glucose with time. This is time, and this is the glucose response. And you can see that the macaroons, which has 25% of coconut flour, the glucose response is sustainably released. And this is also very important in the prevention of obesity. Because if there is a big increase or an abrupt increase in glucose, what will happen in our circulation? If we only have enough insulin to transport our glucose to the cells, then some of them will be retained in the circulation, some of them will also be converted into fat and goes to our tissues. So we also did a study on the cholesterol-lowering effect of coconut flour in humans with moderately raised serum cholesterol levels. So we recruited those people who are in the borderline of their cholesterol levels. So we have 21 human subjects, participants, and of course our inclusion criteria here, age 30 to 35 years, no intake of drugs and non-smokers. And we use 4 different treatments here. First, cornflakes is used as the control food, which only contain 1.9% of total dietary fiber. And then we have the oat bran. We all know that oat bran has already been shown to lower down cholesterol. So we make it as our reference food. It contains 14.5% of the total dietary fiber. And we use 15% of the coconut flakes and 25% of coconut flakes that comes from our coconut flour. Actually, what we did here is we added 15% or we substitute 15% to the coconut flakes. No? Because this is the control food. So we have 100% coconut flakes and then we added oat bran. We have 100% oat bran And then we added 15% coconut flakes to corn flakes and the 25% coconut flakes to corn flakes. So this is the study design that we did. At baseline, we collected their serum cholesterol, and then we feed them in 14 days. On the 15th day, we did a blood extraction, and then 16 to 28 days wash period, and then we repeat it again for the next treatment. So this is the results that we get for serum cholesterol, for the serum total cholesterol. So the corn flakes did not have a significant effect. There was no lowering of total cholesterol. While for oat bran, 15% and 25% coconut flake, there was a significant decrease in total cholesterol. We also look at the serum LDL cholesterol response to the test food. And here, we have the same result. We have similar results. The corn flakes did not have any effect, while the three treatments have a significant decrease in serum LDL cholesterol. But on the other hand, serum triglyceride response to the test food showed that all of the 4 treatments gave a significant decrease in serum triglyceride response to the test foods. So, looking at the bar graph, percent lowering of total cholesterol, we can see that oat bran and 25% coconut flakes did not differ significantly, and the 15% coconut flake has a little lowering, is a little lower than the oat bran and the cocoa flakes, but still significantly higher than the corn flakes. So results from this study revealed that coconut flour is a potential functional food that may have a significant role in the prevention for risk of chronic diseases such as diabetes mellitus, CVD, obesity, and colon cancer. Like this morning when Dr. Capansana showed us that how should we say that a product has a potential for functional food, we have first to characterize it. And we have characterized the coconut flour and found that it is very high in dietary fiber and produces short-chain fatty acids. And therefore, we can say that coconut flour is a prebiotic because it produces short-chain fatty acids. And secondly, we also did some clinical studies, preclinical studies for the glycemic response, which showed that the dietary fiber present in coconut flour can lower down the glycemic index, and likewise, the cholesterol lowering effect. So what is the update? The update now is there are some companies that are producing coconut flour from desiccated coconut flour. Actually, the production of coconut flour from sapal has stopped in some instances, because I do not know why, what happened to the industry of coconut milk industry, kasi wala na yung masyadong sapal na pinag-aaralan ngayon. So ngayon, ang ginagamit na nila yung desiccated coconut, And there is a company that hydrolyzes now this coconut flour from desiccated coconut. We also look at the dietary fiber content of it. They made us analyze or did what we did before with this hydrolyzed coconut flour. And the comparison here is the non-hydrolyzed and hydrolyzed. But the source of this coconut flour is not sapal anymore. This is desiccated coconut. That is, the coconut flour is from the desiccated coconut. So we found here that the hydrolyzed coconut flour has a total dietary fiber of only 40%, which is much lower than the one that we had before. The source is sapal. So that means that sapal has more fiber than the desiccated coconut, wherein the coconut flour is made. And it shows also in this graph that the hydrolyzed coconut flour is a little bit lower. It's around 39 grams per 100 grams of dietary fiber. Similarly, with the insoluble fiber and the soluble fiber has a significantly lower, the hydrolyzed is significantly lower than the non-hydrolyzed. That's why it made us think to have it analyzed for resistant starch, which showed that the hydrolyzed is higher than that of the non-hydrolyzed coconut flour, indicating or implying that some of the soluble fiber may be hydrolyzed into resistant starch. That is only our, thinking. Okay? Then we also fermented it. Our results show that the acetate content of the hydrolyzed is higher than that of the acetate. The propionates, almost similar, is not significantly different from each other, while the butyrate is significantly higher in the hydrolyzed than that of the non-hydrolyzed. And for the total short-chain fatty acid, we found out that the hydrolyzed produces more short-chain fatty acid than the non-hydrolyzed coconut flour. These are some implications also in prevention for risk of chronic diseases, that the hydrolyzed coconut flour may have some added value for that health benefit. Now, looking also at the glycemic index of the coconut flour hydrolyzed and non-hydrolyzed coconut flour showed that they are quite similar. Kaya lang po itong aking graph may point pa, pero malapit lang po sila kasi ito po ay 57 plus minus 1 at ito ay 58 plus minus 2. So, more or less, pareho lang po sila ng glycemic index, which is, later on, I will show you, is similar to the previous work that we did here, showing that choco chip and hot cake is 15% also of coconut flour is around 59 or 60, which is considered as medium, low to medium glycemic index. This is the graph that shows that both the hydrolyzed and the non-hydrolyzed coconut flour showed a sustainable release of glucose when taken. Okay? So this would, of course, the implication of this is would help in the prevention for risk of diabetes mellitus and obesity. And for the cholesterol study, it shows that in total cholesterol, the hydrolyzed is higher than that, the decreasing percentage of serum cholesterol is higher in hydrolyzed than in the non-hydrolyzed by 2%, similarly with that of triglycerides. So all in all, coconut flour when hydrolyzed produce more short-chain fatty acids and has greater acetate and butyrate than the non-hydrolyzed coconut flour. The implication of this result is the role of hydrolyzed coconut flour in the prevention for risk of cardiovascular disease and colon cancer, as well, of course, in strengthening our immune system, because in the colon, the pathogens will be outnumbered by the good bacteria, because if we produce more butyrate, butyrate is the food of our friendly bacteria in the colon. This is my research team from the Food and Nutrition Research Institute. And thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Trinidad.